the
All the aliens.
suit monkey for all the aliens.
Yep.
Then we go back to our starting screen. Oh, actually start up here for a second. Forgot to show me pause screen.
Okay, show that.
The what?
The pause screen.
Yeah, pause if you're,
Can anyone hear me? Please come.
so anytime you need to pause the game, or if you've forgotten what the controls were, just hit P. Goes back to all these, goes to your controls. You can change your sound, pause the game so you don't have to worry about being killed if you need to run to the bathroom or so have a phone call. And then you can hit resume to go back to resume.
It's time to go
Can
to
anyone
work.
hear me? Can anyone
Go to
hear
work.
me?
Okay, hit pause again,
Eric.
and go ahead and quit now. And that's our game. Little post-mortem here. What went right? We had a great team. We all pulled our weight. We had great work ethic. None of us went, oh, I don't want to do this today. We got everything done. Had good communication between all of us. None of us had too big egos, so we weren't getting our, feelings hurt. Oh, well, we ought to do that. That shouldn't be that color. We worked together well. We met all our deadlines. We had honest feedback between each other. Ramon didn't always change things when I told him I didn't like it, but he would look at it and
Critique it and give it some
and a
advice.
lot of times what we would do is, if Ramon and I were arguing, or Brett and Ramon were arguing or something, all right, take a vote, 2 out of 3. Oh, that goes, that stays. What went wrong? We had one horrific incident, where we lost about 2/3 of the models and 3/4 of the scripts. Luckily, we had a backup from only 3 days earlier, but in 3 days, with the amount of work that we were putting in on this, meant, we lost about 10 hours of work, at least. Fortunately, went a lot faster second time, so it didn't take the full, 10, 20 hours to put it back in. We didn't have any reference pictures, because there are no interstellar cruise ships. So we kind of had to imagine it and base it off cruise ships you might see in the ocean. We had our typical program crashes. It was a blue screen that I was describing that caused the loss of all the assets and everything. So I had a real tear. My script. So Unity packages would have been great if we'd been able to get the Pro package and have shadows and things like that. Unfortunately, it's a little bit beyond our financial means right at the moment. Do you guys have anything to add to those?
Well, there was one point where I accidentally deleted all the scripts for the game.
100% of my scripts
All
are
of them.
deleted.
Everything, and even all of my scripts that I did for all the GUI interface.
Those aren't important. It was my scripts.
And what we realized that was, and then we had to go back a week to grab the scripts that we had, and then we lost a week of work. But what happened was I actually could do all the scripts in about 2 hours, and Dan, what he did in a week, he did it in 4 hours. So it was a whole learning curve that was the most time consuming for this project. So the learning curve was the biggest hurdle that we had to jump through.
I think I would just say that Dan already pointed out the lack of reference for the Borealis ship. It took a little extra time, but I was able to work it out with one of our breaks. We had a week off. And then, of course, I was able to send over Ramon. I'm sure he spent quite a good amount of time just going through and making sure that it was perfect for our game.
All day, all night.
Yeah.
And do we have any questions? Yes.
How long did it take the game to be completely, how long did it take for the...
Oh, we started working on the concept probably 18 months ago. So, 5, 6 semesters. Obviously, there were parts of it which didn't get worked on a lot till later. For instance, we couldn't really do any of the motion capture until we had Fred's class. The Unity scripting went a little slow before we had Frank's class. But we, started working on building the assets back in our first 3D modeling class.
Okay.
Any other questions? Anybody have any questions? Question? Oh, you have a question? You have a question? You
You want me to have a question?
Jeff,
Yeah, you did.
All right,
Don't leave.
before I have to teach.
if anyone would like to come read the game, we have copies for everyone who wants one. Feel free to help yourself.
So what do you guys feel are some missed opportunities with like the world that you created?
Well, one of the reasons why we named it Galaxy Tour Destination Scorpius is because we kind of have in mind an entire series of these. You know, maybe after you get to your planet, your next one might be Galaxy Tours Destination Orion, where you're actually trying to track down where the aliens are coming from. Or maybe they invade another planet, that would be Galaxy Tours Destination Omega, you know. So that was one of the reasons why we came up with that name, because we had in mind the whole series.
And there's still an opportunity for you to do that.
Oh, yeah, and there's, one of the ideas we thought for just future levels for this, after you take back control of the command room there, then you go room to room and do a corridor fighting and clear out the ship. And there you might see things like a casino, the kitchen, areas like that. Then maybe another level would be you actually gain control of their teleportation, and you go over and try to take over their ship. So we had a bunch of ideas like that to really expand this game.
And also real-time shadows. We couldn't implement real-time shadows because we don't have the Unity Pro, but real-time shadows would have been lovely to this game. Any other questions?
I think, do you have a question? Thanks, Jeff.
The one part I'm not even old that we're happy to play it. I completely forgot the question.
Oh, did you? Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I saw that it was quick to swing 2 weapons.
Correct.
Did you like unlock that weapon after that? Was it like a spoiler? And did you have any ideas for other weapons?
Oh, no. When you start the game, you have both weapons. You have the rifle and the pistol.
And do you have any ideas? Any plans to implement some other weapons these days? Other than
Well, in the earlier stages, we had plans to have multiple weapons and to pick up the enemy weapons. So that was one of the ideas that was tossed around in the beginning, was to have multiple weapons, picking up multiple weapons off the ground. But yes, you start off with the rifle and pistol in the game.
Okay.
Do we have any other games?
No, I meant, do you have any game plan?
Oh, do we have any game? Yeah. Any more?
Anybody else want to get in?
Did everyone get a copy of the game who wants one? Cupcakes?
Yes.
Please take cupcakes before you leave.
No, nobody wants any more cupcakes. I'll have to take these home myself, Rick.
Did any of you make them?